Hi, the goal today is to give you a quick demonstration of the features, performance, and capabilities of the BA3 Mapping Engine. You can learn more at www.ba3.us. And what you're seeing here is the sphere with terrain data on it. I'd like to show you just a few different scenarios so that you can get an impression of how this mapping engine performs on iOS devices. This is an iPad 2 in this case, but it's happy to run on iPads or iPhones of any sort. First scenario would be tiles. Let's say you have a tile provider like Mapbox or OpenStreetMaps and you'd like to visualize it on the sphere. These tiles are coming in real time, being reprojected onto the sphere, and you can quickly zoom down to the lowest level of detail using the BA3 mapping engine. You can see that if we pan, there are tiles that will come in, stream in on the left. It's almost imperceptible, and then you can go back to the right and they're cached, so there's no problem at all going that way. The performance is outstanding when you're viewing tiles on the sphere. Second scenario would be raster assets. Let's say you've got aerial photographs, charts, maps, whatever, that are in raster form and you'd like to visualize them on the sphere. Classic example would be FAA charts because they're big and they're very detailed and they're publicly available. So I'm just going to pull up 10 of them. Each of these files represents about 50 megabytes of data. In this case, we're streaming them in. They could be local on the device as well. And even though they're streaming, they come in very smoothly. You can zoom in quickly. You get the fine detail. And the BA3 mapping engine doesn't really care how many you want to display at a time. You could have 100 of these out here, and the BA3 mapping engine would be fine with that. Panning and zooming is excellent. So third scenario would be to talk about vector files. So the BA3 mapping engine can display vector files, and here's one. It's a small vector file that has data that we've extracted from OpenStreetMaps. So in this case, there's coastlines, political boundaries, water features, major roads that have all been packed into a very small file. And the performance with this file is excellent. So you can zoom in, the major roads become visible, the towns become visible as you zoom in. The other thing is, because it's a vector file, you can restyle it in real time. So you want to look high contrast, you want yellow roads. You can set up your styles any way you like, and you can change them on the fly, which is impossible with a raster asset. So we can go back to this style. Another feature of the BA3 mapping engine is markers. Let's say you want to look at all the airports in the United States. Here they are, 5,000 or so. There's a LOD system based on runway length. There's also a clustering algorithm that the developer can control to keep from having too many markers show up at the same time. And even though there's 5,000 of these airports, panning and zooming remains outstanding. And this is the main selling point of the BA3 mapping engine for your users, besides the fact that you can do all these things, is that it just feels so comfortable and natural for the user. What if you have a lot of markers? Let's say you have aviation towers that you want to display. Okay, this is 180,000 towers that have been loaded up. They're on the device in this case, and the LOD system is going to keep a manageable number on the screen. So here we've got 5,000 airports, 180,000 towers, a vector layer underneath, and the performance, the panning, the zooming remains outstanding. So if you're developing an app for iOS that uses maps and you want fantastic performance, the capability to show lots of detail, to put multiple layers on your maps at the same time, you may want to look at the BA3 mapping engine as an option. There's a free SDK that's available today. You download it, you'll be able to compile it and see the same demonstration app that you're looking at here. Come to www.ba3.us, and thanks for your time today.